So what's up, my dicties? Mr. Acid Apple, and this is just kind of like a filler video, but not really because it actually has some interesting discussion in it. So I was at a New Year's party, so Happy New Year's to you guys. Though this is actually posted on the 1st, not the 31st. So the last time I actually talked to you guys was last year. Ha. But again, I was at a party, and we were talking about the Wii U and Smash Bros. Because whenever sorry, my dog's being retarded. Typically, when I go to a party, there's always Smash involved in it, Super Smash Bros. And he talked about, how there's a new one coming up. It's not even in production yet, but we know it's coming up because they've told us for the 3DS and Wii U. And we talked about how the Wii U is essentially going to fail as a system as a whole. The new Smash Bros. Is going to fail as a whole, and why it's going to fail. And I just want to put some points out there, and I want your guys' opinion, not just on the Smash Bros. Part, which is the part I really care about, but the Wii U as a whole. Like, what do you guys think of it? What do you think? How do you think it's actually going to work? And by work, I mean, how do you think, with all the new technology they're putting in it that's kind of wasteful, how do you think it's actually going to do? So, I guess the first point would be, if you guys know anything about the Wii U, it's the controller. It's that tablet look. It looks like an iPad. It has that webcam in it. Has that like with 7-inch like HD touchscreen in it. I think it has rear-facing cameras too, so you can like go like that and whatnot. And it has like, it's wide. It's really weird. And of course, it's wireless. And yeah, it's backwards compatible with, the Wii, so you can use like the Classic Controller or Classic Controller Pro. But they cut off the GameCube part, which I know the GameCube is when the Wii U will be released, actually even right now. It's about 11 years old, which I know you gotta get rid of the old time stuff, like the DSi got rid of, the Game Boy Advance, which that was a terrible move in itself, because when they released it, they should have put the older Game Boy games on the DSi shop, which they slightly did, but not really. It's now on a 3DS, that's what the DSi should have been, and then they could have worked more on it, 3DS, but no, not really. They screwed the DSi up completely, but that's a completely different story. So, like, they said, like, the Wii U should have, like, an app store, like iTunes will, and you can buy, like, GameCube games from there. And yeah, that may be hunky-dory, but you don't have a GameCube controller. It loses the nostalgic feel. It loses the touch it has. I like to use hand motions for whatever reason. It's just like, and I got a feeling that the Wii U will have USB ports, so there will be a hell of a lot more controller converters. So people will still be using GameCube controllers, regardless of what Nintendo wants from us. Sorry, I see my hair; it's annoying me. So that's just like one of the things. Like the tablet, the controller itself is too much. Yes, they're revolutionary. Yes, they're innovators, but you can only go so far, and that's taking it way too far. Nintendo has to realize that the crowd they had back in the '90s, they're all grown up now. We are like me. I was like the '90s kid, '92. I was into Nintendo and whatnot, and now I'm 19. I want some hardcore stuff. I will never go to Microsoft or Sony or Apple, which was like a couple years ago. There were rumors of Apple coming into this, but I doubt it. They got their iPhone and whatnot. They can stick to that. And it's like, I will never go to them. I will always be Nintendo. Though the decisions they make are pretty lackluster, I guess I could say. Which brings me into the Smash part of it, because we've been wanting, a Smash Bros. For the portable. Maybe that's just me, but I'm pretty sure a whole lot of the crowd has been wanting a Smash Bros. On the portable for a while, and now they're just delivering it on the 3DS. It's not even in production yet, but they're just now delivering it. Like, why? Like, why wouldn't you? Like, I know Nintendo's not greedy and whatnot, but why wouldn't you want to make your fan base happy? I mean, you don't I know, like, Brawl originally was supposed to be the last Smash Bros. Game. They said they don't want to keep making games where you just fatten it up with more characters and stages and whatnot. Yeah, I get that. That's completely, legitimate, because I wouldn't want to either, because that's just like bad game design. Like, I don't want to buy downloadable content. That would be okay, but you don't need to release new games. You can do downloadable content, which I know they're just now starting, and they're doing the patch thing, kind of, which they need to fix Mario Kart 7 like ASAP, because I know that one glitch exists on there. But it's like, why would you just not do it? You could have easily done it to DS. It would have been perfect, and you could have done like they could have remade the 64 one for the DS, and then they could have made a whole new one for the 3DS. It's just like it's not working right. And for Melee and Brawl, and I guess for the original, if you have it on the Wii, people, I would say maybe 85% use the GameCube controller just because it fits in the palm of your hand just fine. You can work the controls a-okay. It's just a amazing controller for Smash Bros. And with the Wii U, there is no like GameCube support for it whatsoever. You will either have to use like a classic controller, which I know some of my friends are trying to get used to. So when the Wii U Smash Bros does come out, they have a, I guess, advantage over the other people that's just now starting. But it's like, you can't. It's gonna be hard. It's like they're gonna have some stuff for the iPad looking controller where you can look through the screen and whatnot, because I know you play on the TV and you play on the screen, there'll be special stuff on the screen itself and you can play with the controller and whatnot. But it's like they're taking away art. It's like Smash in general, I hate to say this, but all my friends are helping me realize it's just like all the other fighters hate Smash. Like, it's not a real fighter, it's a party game. But I think it's a real fighter. It really is. But Brawl is really, kind of cut down the Smash community, saying we're not really fighters. I get that still fighter. I still play it occasionally, but my Wii's kind of broke and whatnot. But like, even then, I didn't play it so much. I played Melee a lot. Melee is like, to me, I know if this ever gets like big and whatnot, other people will hate a lot. I think Melee is easily one of the top fighters ever. Like, it's technical. It has the hit stun, so you can do combos. It just has a character divide. It just has everything a fighter needs. It works. Sure, the stages help with character matchups and whatnot. That's not a big deal. People need to get over that. Ooh, wow, you may have an advantage. So what? It's so much better than that 2D side-scrolling shit. That's so retarded. Like, I don't understand. Like, I cannot get used to that. And like other fighters, one combo, you're dead. I know Melee is somewhat like that, but at least, that you have chances, whereas other games, you have to mess up for you to get that chance. Whereas Melee, again, you still have a chance. It's just, it infuriates me. Like, other fighters mac on us. We are still good enough to call ourselves fighters. We may not have. Here's another problem. Nintendo does not support Smash community. They are against competitiveness. So the next Smash Bros. Game they make, it's not going to be competitive in that sense. So the value of it, in a sense, will go down. So less people will buy it. And so we don't have, company support. Like other fighters, like Super Street Fighter, or I guess I could say Street Fighter, Marvel vs. Capcom, their companies will put out money for tournaments. Their company will give you all the hitbox data and hurtbox data. Their company will tell you, well, if you guard this, your opponent will have, this so much frame advantage. Whereas Nintendo, they're just like, fuck you guys. Like, we don't care. We don't want you guys to play this competitively. We are trying to get that point to you. We don't want competitiveness. We don't want people saying, hey, I'm better than you. We want, no. Hey, do you want to play? Sure, we'll play. They don't want that competitive feel, so they're not helping us. But that's what's hurting Nintendo. If they don't help us, we're not gonna help them. Yeah, sure, sales will still be high, because I know Brawl is like the best-selling fighter ever, and then Melee second. Melee got like 7.1 million, and Brawl I can only assume is maybe like 15 million. But it's like those sales will decline because, again, as ages like me get older, we're gonna want actual games. We don't want gimmicks. 3DS is a good example. This has its own gimmick to it. It's not a major gimmick, so it doesn't hurt it so much. The DS had its gimmick. Wasn't a major gimmick, so it wasn't bad. The Wii had a it had a decent gimmick, so it kind of made it bad. It was more for the families. They're like, oh, wireless, oh my god. So it to me, the Wii's a failure. So if they continue with the Wii and the Wii U the way the innovation's going, it's going to fail with the hardcore people. And they're still trying to keep them in, like Mario Kart 7, Super Mario 3D Land, Star Fox, Ocarina of Time. They're still trying to keep the hardcore people in. But it's like one game every like half year that they're drawing us into. Whereas we need like somewhat constant, maybe like once a month, maybe I would even go every 2 months. I would even go that. And they're just, like they're feeding us, but they're not constantly feeding us. We're again Smash community. They're not helping us, so we can't help them. So it's just like the Wii U's going to fail just because like too much innovation. Like sure, it's a very neat idea, but it's not gaming. It's really not. It's gimmicks with gaming. So it's like Mario Kart 7 where you need the coins so you can reach your max speed. You gotta worry about this race and the coins. Whereas with the Wii U, you gotta worry about the controller, what's happening on there, and the game itself. So it's just a bad concept, I guess. So I don't know. It's just like the Wii. We just had to discuss that and things and such and whatnot. So that was all. Tell me what you guys think, please.